Hi everybody. Listen, I just wanted to go ahead and apologize. Thanks for tuning in. This is the guy's room, in his room. Welcome back to the podcast. But all the joking around or whatever I do, whatever you want to call it, I didn't realize how humor or a lot of times I'll just be talking and expressing my own opinions also. It's not only just humor here. And what we do here is I've always kind of thought of the podcast as I'm gonna express myself how I want to. I'm not gonna, it's my own podcast. It's not somebody else's. I'm not even on a network or anything. Almost no one listens. I like to joke about that. Actually, I'm super big and popular, but that's a bit I do to say that hardly anyone listens or whatever. But anyway, here's the thing. I didn't know how words and opinions and also joking around about whatever. Like I said, I always used to. The whole theme of the podcast, and if you ever looked up the podcast, maybe in the description it says something like. Actually, maybe I should look that up now. I forget where it said that. You'll see why I have this music playing pretty soon. Okay, so here is the write-up of the podcast. Here's the description. And this is, I guess, hopefully on whatever podcast thing you use to listen to podcasts. It's A Guy in His Room is a mostly solo comedy podcast where the host talks a lot about the insanity of our divided culture and crumbling society and anything else he wants to make fun of. This podcast is open-minded, pro-free speech, not woke, and pro-funniness. Make sure to subscribe for new episodes or follow me and I list my links there. And I just want to go ahead and say, I didn't really realize that my divisive language, even me saying that there's insanity in our divided culture and that our society is crumbling, right there is pretty problematic, to be honest. And I didn't realize that a lot of words can hurt, Words can really hurt, guys. And I didn't realize that too much before. Like I said, I was trying to do my own thing. Oh, this is my own podcast. I could say, not whatever I want, but just gonna be myself and say what I mean. And I never tried to be offensive. I just kind of was myself. That's why I kind of, you know what? I had an epiphany. That's right, I did. And I didn't realize that words matter, guys. Not only do words matter, opinions matter. That's more, and little digs at our society saying that it might be crumbling or that it's insane or whatever. I'm sorry. And I told myself I wasn't gonna cry, but
Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah. And I just, to kind of ruin the moment there with not being able to find this pitch effect. But you know what? Like I said, words matter, and feelings matter. You saying that, like me saying that, me talking about woke, whatever. Like, what is like? Why be that like divisive? Why say that? Why do I need to criticize wokeness or whatever I want to call it? Like, what am I, Fox News? Like, what am I doing? It's like I really needed to, like I said, I had that epiphany, and I just realized, like, what am I doing? Like, why am I not holding myself accountable for generations of whiteness inside me that is evil? And, like, why am I not calling out on an episodic basis, Uh,
And I've been doing a lot of that soul searching. And well, yes, you may say, have I been doing the work? That yes, that's what I mean. I have been doing the work, and I did mock that phrase. I'd mock the wokeness. Well, guess what? Maybe they had a point, like maybe I didn't need to be such an asshole, a white asshole, and just like a privileged asshole. And I could just like look into like my deep-seated self-hate, because I had a lot of hate against what I am. I look in the mirror and I actually physically get sick, like seeing what am I, like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of feel sometimes like this evil radiating from me, and I'm like, what is that? And then I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, that's what that is. It's hard to miss. It's blinding whiteness, That's what it is. Sorry if that, upsets you or whatever. And you might be thinking, like, I know I'm going to lose a lot of people. I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash about how I'm going to change the. All right, look, I am going to change the podcast. Okay? And, like, people may not believe me, okay? People may say, people are going to say you can't do that. People are going to tell you, no, you can't, like, might as well stop. Like, your dad was right in leaving your family. Like, it was a good idea that he said he went out to get milk, and then he never came back, or he went out to get cigarettes, the whole thing. Well, he was right, and you're like you can't do it. Just stop now. Don't keep trying, and don't get back up. And they'll just say, like, you can't do it. They'll look at you, they'll laugh, and and you know what you gotta do? You know what you gotta do? You gotta get back up, okay? You gotta keep wiping the sweat off your forehead. You gotta see that mountain. You gotta climb that. All right, I know you're thinking, like, oh, I don't know, it's pretty high. I don't know if I can make it to the top. But guess what? Then no one would ever climb a mountain then if they had that attitude. So is that what you're going to do? You're just going to say, oh, it looks too high, I'm not going to go do that? Well, you better, do the work in, examining where
does this hate come from that I espouse in my podcast? And, to question something, to question someone else's, to criticize someone for like, saying it's my way or the highway, like to criticize someone that makes you do things you don't want to do, or like says you better think the same way as me and have the same ideology, or else I'm never going to talk to you. To criticize them is to criticize is to be a piece of shit, you know? Now I want you to look at that mountain of racism, because that's what it is. And I want you to climb that mountain. And I want you to think back on your forefathers and what they did. Because every time you say the word woke, even you saying the word woke is like, you're pretty much like saying you agree with Jim Crow laws. And I know you can do better. I know I've seen the potential. Because you do a podcast and you could use that for good, okay? You could use that for good. You could use that for good. Why is it doing that? You hear that? Hey! But instead, you want to go the hate route. You want to go ahead and get those clicks from the Fox News types. Well, guess what? I'm just disappointed in you, you know? I'm just tired. We're just tired. Us young people are just tired of the generations of baked in, you know, corrupt, like, it would just change. And I said, you know what? I looked at that mountain and I said, I will do this now. I've been wrong, okay? Sometimes you can admit it.
So yeah. So anyway, I'm changing the podcast. It's now gonna be very, you know, I won't you don't have to think of it as woke, but I will be having on some people to, like I did post on Reddit and I said, hey, change my mind. I don't agree with, you know, I said a bunch of stuff about, like, I talk about all the time, you know, just, I like to judge people by their character, not their, like, I don't think someone's more deserving because they're a person of color necessarily than someone else. I like to judge people by their character, like, on an individual basis, and I like the idea of merit. Like, somebody works hard, they should, you know, they're probably better at said thing than, you know, and I got a lot of backlash on that. And you know what? I just thought, like, and they said I'm willing to come on and, like, correct you and hold you to account and teach you what you can do. And I said, all right. And I really thought about it and I said, you know what? Honestly, I might as well use this as I might as well use this platform for good, the good side, you know, like, I do want to learn how to not, I do want to learn to, basically do whatever the angriest, loudest person says, like, as soon as they get upset, especially if it's a non-white person. And I will do the work and read all the books, and, you know, I just thought, like, this is the time. Like, now is the time, okay? I've kind of went and had enough of this criticism for too long, guys. Yeah. I'm sorry if you're going to feel like I'm abandoning my original whatever position I was in. Like, I really was, like, trying to act like I was a not political, like, taking a side person, and, oh, I'm just talking. Guess what? I'm doing the work of the bad people. So I just think, you know, yeah. And you know, if you guys start to not, if I get hate for this, it's gonna prove me right, because I know that, like, anybody who's angry, yeah. So that's what's happening. What's happening? What's happening? I didn't mean to get emotional there, but you know. Sometimes like it takes a lot of. Sometimes it hurts when you really dig deep and you discover all the poison you were spreading. Okay. Now, yeah, I'm not as big as Rogan, but like I'm basically platforming his ideas. You know what I mean? Like, and is that a good idea to do that? Like, really think about that. Is that really good? Like, even telling someone that I listen to him or just anybody outside of the, top promoted like, I don't know, guys. Look, I mean, it's gonna be a rough, bumpy road to correct myself, but yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of it. I may go through my old episodes and just kind of like critique. Like, I'm gonna take them probably all down. I'll just be honest. I'll scrub most of them, and I may just kind of, I don't know. It's gonna be a rough road, guys. But you know what? I may change the name. I don't know. I don't need to be so gender specific to say guy in this room. You know what I mean? Like, what's with that? Like, why do I have to? That's already kind of a little bit of what takes a lot of hope whistle, a dog whistle, So I may kind of course correct, change that. Do you really want to have hate in your fucking headphones? Is that what you want? Then go fucking watch Tucker. Go watch whatever. Okay. You can be edgy, but you don't have to punch down. Trevor Noah knows this. I mean, look at all the greatest like, comedians are the ones that don't punch down, guys. Okay? You have to learn that.
You don't have to punch down, guys. Okay? Let's just be a megaphone to prop up the marginalized. And let this, you don't have to punch down to be funny, to be. Let me ask you this: should comedy be moral? I think so. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's not about punching up or punching down. It's just, is it funny or not?" Well, guess what? Yeah, you can. Yeah, if you want to go that route, I mean, look, they used to have gladiators in arenas fighting, and is that punching down? Yeah, you have people fighting for your amusement. I mean, so if you want to just prioritize your like enjoyment, like, yeah, watch Roman gladiators fight. Watch people get molested or whatever. If you want to go ahead and do that, I mean, we can go down that road if you want to go down that road, Mr. Führer. Okay?
Yeah. Well, guess what, guys? Trevor Noah knows this. April Fools, guys. I bet you no one guessed that I was joking. Sorry if that went on too long, but look, when you're improving, like, you can't like have a time limit. Like, you can't say get to the point, because
when you're improving, like, time is not is of no value. Just, because you're all about the funny, you're all about the exploration of the idea, okay? Okay, let me talk to you like a little kid, okay? Do you understand? Oh, you need a binky? You need a little binky to understand what improv is? Well, yeah, you can't say hurry up and get to the point with fucking improv, okay?
period. So, yeah, I like always forget about April Fool's Day anymore. Like, whenever it's April Fool's Day anymore, like, you kids don't understand, all you little youngins out there, but I mean, look, it used to be kind of a big deal. Like, it did, though, actually. I think no one cares about it anymore, because, like, everything I don't know. It's just like annoying now. I don't know. No one likes it anymore. Like, I remember companies used to like just April Fools people. Like, remember, like, do you guys remember when YouTube was like fun? Well, when YouTube was fun, they did a big prank that was like, I think the Onion writers wrote it or something. Somebody, but it was like, we are putting our entire library on DVD, and you can buy the collection of everything on YouTube. And it showed this like huge van with like tons of DVDs, like that, because it would be like a ton of shit. And that kind of thing was funny. I actually was in. This was when I was in college. I guess This was 2006, 7. I would like every year I would check websites to see who's doing an April Fool's prank. I would do that every April Fool's Day for at least a few years. I mean, I don't know about every year, but like a lot of them would do funny stuff. Like Google even used to do stuff back when people had a sense of humor. Like, and we're like, every time you do a fucking April Fool's prank now, you're begging for like an outrage thing on Twitter. I mean, I'm surprised anybody would do a company. Like, I just looked it up, and I guess Charlotte Airport did an April Fool's joke. I'm surprised, but I mean, this just in, guys. Apparently, Charlotte Airport did do an April Fool's joke, who left some angry and distraught. See what I mean? Oh, because it had storm-induced delays today. This was a bad idea. I gotta be. This is a bad idea. Let me see here. Okay, I guess it was just like, as part of our renovations and to create a more open feel at our airport, we've removed the rocking chairs. Enjoy the open space. And then that was the April Fool. Not a great prank at all. I mean, and I guess like 3 people got upset. I guess that's an iconic feature of the airport. And it's a pretty tame one. I guess I can see doing that then, because it's so and still people got upset a little bit. Yeah, nobody does them. Look, nobody fucking does any April Fool's pranks anymore. Let me see this one. Welcome to World News, everybody. The Buffalo Bills did a little joke saying that they're they have their own ranch dressing, and it's showing chicken wings there. The official dipping sauce of Bill's Mafia. And I guess it's because everybody knows. Look, everybody does know blue cheese is the only way you should be eating fucking buffalo wings. If you're using ranch, it's foul, in my opinion. I just don't like ranch dressing. Sometimes on chicken I do. I guess if it's like part of a sandwich or something. I don't know. I don't really like ranch anymore. It's like you can tell it's a salad dressing, but blue cheese is like really the only fucking. I mean, and I just went to like Wingstop here. This is like a chain of buffalo wings, and it's so fucking expensive. I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's good. But it's too expensive. But anyway, they act surprised when I say blue cheese. I don't know what is wrong with them, but. That's, I guess they're not used to New York State. But it's New York State still here, but whatever. So that's a decent one to have say we're using ranch now. And everybody knows, look, that should show you that if you're using ranch on buffalo wings, you're like just a slob. You like have to reevaluate things in your life. That's all I'm saying. April Fool's Day.
The best and cringiest pranks for 2023. Okay, this isn't what I wanted at all. Ugh, Tinder. Fuck off. Can these dating apps just quit already?
Like, I'm so sick of seeing ads for dating apps. Everybody knows about them. No one's happy on them. No one likes them ever. It's like horrible. It's shit. They're miserable. I'd rather go to a fucking speed dating is less depressing. Oh, there's a fake show they did. Peacock did a fake show called Love Language. I don't know. I'm not watching it. Oh, this is kind of funny. The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog is a new real and free game you can play right now. I could get it, I guess. It's for PC, though. For PC and Mac, The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a point-and-click mystery game. I used to play those in the 90s, those point-and-click games. They're pretty cool, you know. There was a lot of LucasArts game, which was George Lucas had a lot of good games when he got into video games. So I guess this is like a Clue type joke game, but it's actually pretty cool. I wonder how long it is. That's a good one. They should do more like that, free games. I don't think they would do Murder of Mario because Nintendo's so about like kids and they don't want anything. Although they had like plenty of games like GoldenEye that you shoot and kill people. So, oh, what was the other one? There was like, yeah, this is funny. You know, like there's all these. Well, not all these, but like there's some channels on YouTube and stuff where like they got in trouble because they pranked their kids. There was that one, Daddy of Five, what's it called? Where they pranked their kids meanly, which is not a word. I don't know why I said meanly. But here you guys go, guys. If you want to prank the kids.
April Fool's Day. Fun and cute pranks to pull on the kids, guys. Well, being pranked can be an annoyance. It can also be really fun, especially for your kids. I don't know about that, but okay. Make the Easter Bunny make an extra visit. Color breakfast for yuck. Place fake bugs where the kids will notice. These are all stupid. Put healthier cereal in a not healthy cereal box so they get confused. Pretend you caught Mickey Mouse. Well, they're not retarded, are they? I mean, why would they think that? Well, I guess if when I was a kid, yeah.
You know, sometimes do think shit like that is real when you're a kid. Like, is that real? Is Mickey Mouse a real mouse? Like, but you got to be kind of young for that. Let's see. I don't know. There's nothing else. Brands pulling. Yeah, this is what I was saying. Brands pulling April Fool Day pranks can fall flat. Just ask Volkswagen and Google. Oh, I hope these are racism things. That'll be so funny. Oh my god, that'll be funny. Oh, this is funny. Elon Musk, I'm not surprised he tried one. Elon Musk tweeted about Tesla going bankrupt on April Fool's. April 1st, 2018. This prank backfired immediately, causing the stock to drop 7%. His Easter eggs pun wildly misfired. Here's his tweet. Tesla goes bankrupt. Despite intense efforts to raise money, including a last-ditch mass sale of Easter eggs, we are sad to report that Tesla has gone completely bankrupt. So bankrupt you can't believe it. Oh. He then... Well, that last sentence gives it away. Volkswagen gets a new name. Volkswagen was gonna... Oh, it joked that it was gonna change the name of its American division to Volkswagen as a commitment to electric vehicles. That's pretty funny, actually. I don't know. I mean, that would be fun if they're mocking the environmental stuff. So some officials pretended it was true. Then the stock actually began to rise. Wow, that's funny. Taco Bell did a 1996. See, that's back when like people had a sense of humor and you could do this kind of thing. This is obviously fake too. How stupid are people? It's if it's April Fool's Day, you gotta be on the lookout. I mean, if something sounds stupid, just think about it. Taco Bell ran full page advertisements. Taco Bell ran full page advertisements in the Philadelphia Inquirer, including the New York Times and USA Today, about its purchase of the Liberty Bell and renaming itself to the Taco Liberty Bell to help the national debt. That's already really fake sounding. Members of Congress called the National Park Service to confirm if it was true. The Park Service had to hold a press conference to deny it. And then they admitted it was a hoax, and then they had to offer to donate $50,000 towards preservation of the bells. That's funny. Although they got a bunch of free publicity worth $25 million, and their sales increased by $500,000 and $600,000 on April 1st and 2nd. So that was a good prank. How's that a bad? That's not a falling flat. They got a ton of money from that. Okay, this. Alrighty, guys.
Google has been an active participant in April Fool's pranks, but hasn't launched any since 2020 due to the pandemic. Why? What is that? The company may have wished it had introduced a new Gmail feature called the Mic Drop in 2016. The feature made it easier to have the last word on an email by adding a gif of a yellow minion from Despicable Me dropping a microphone. Of course that's a joke. What are people idiots? Oh wow. But a bug added the mic drop to many emails unintentionally. And it had to be turned off. We love April Fool's jokes at Google, and we regret that this joke missed the mark and disappointed you. Yeah, you can't have a sense of humor.
As a company, you can't. Richard Branson, hybrid alien Richard Branson. He looks like if they're, I don't know. I mean, if everybody you got into UFOs, you might have heard of the tall white Nordic aliens. I mean, he looks like one of them. He's probably I think he looks really tall. I don't know how tall he is, but this just in, everybody. He
did this was back in 1989, FYI, in case anybody's keeping track. He reportedly said he was flying a UFO, and he did fly a hot air balloon with flashing lights. So he did a UFO hoax, I guess. Police were mobilized, and the army had been alerted. When it landed, a door opened, and someone wearing an ET costume walked out, and then the police surrounded us and sent one lone policeman to greet the alien. The police didn't see the funny side of it and threatened to arrest us for wasting the time. But then they soon joined in on the fun and laughed with smiles on their faces. So that's not too bad. So that's just some quirky April Fool's stories for you guys out there. I know this won't be released on April Fool's Day, but just wanted to give you a head start as you prepare. Well, I mean, as you think back on what happened. I don't know. Any other stories? Oh boy. The police do one here, apparently. On Saturday, Abington Police... Yeah, this is a Boston story. I should be doing that accent, but, I can't do it! They announced on the department's Facebook page that there'd be no trash pickup in the town for 2-3 weeks, but simply an April Fool's joke. And they said, they posted on Facebook, the Facebook rumors are true, and we wanted to acknowledge it before it becomes a dumpster fire. Yeah, sorry, we unfortunately were informed that the next 2 to 3 weeks the trash will not be getting picked up. This is like it's a very serious long letter, so it's actually pretty believable. We ask for your patience and understanding as contractors work to get everyone's waste. We hope to get this situated as soon as possible. Please check our Facebook page to get up-to-date information. Lastly, do not burn household trash. We don't want the fire department calling us. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty believable, actually. I mean, here we had no...
Like during COVID, like the trash would just not be getting picked up anymore for a while. It was like a fucking awful.
The Sun, the British Sun, published a page, announcing the launch of Prince Harry and Meghan's new video game, Megxit Call of Duty, in which the royal couple try to reach California while dodging obstacles, including rival royals and the media along the way. The piece claimed a source said, there are some brilliant secret levels, including one where the player finds themselves in the Duke of York's bedroom, confronted by raging Prince Andrew bouncing on his bed, hurling teddy bears. Yeah, they might get,
Sued by that. I mean, they like don't have a sense of humor, so.
Let's see what else is going on here. McDonald's UK did a obvious April Fool's joke here. McDonald's UK tweeted the following: calling all fashionistas, we've got the must-have drop of the season. Unveiling the Big McNugget boot, the most flavorsome shoe of SS23. I don't know what that means. Releasing exclusively through the McDonald's app this Monday. That's a pretty obvious
one. What else? Oh, they did a Oasis fan account joked that the Gallagher brothers were seen together. They hate each other. If you didn't know that, they hate each other. They just. Oh, you guys heard about the Gwenyth Paltrow court case going on? Sued Gwyneth Paltrow, the celebrity.
Suing Gwyneth Paltrow was absolutely not worth it, says Utah man. I guess an American. An American, Terry Sanderson, unsuccessfully sued Gwyneth Paltrow over a 2016 ski crash. But he says it was absolutely not worth it. Interesting. Oh, he's 76 years old? Damn. Why bother?
So apparently, his whole medical history was told to the whole fucking court and the world, I guess. I don't know, like what, I mean, I don't know, it looks pretty good for its age, I guess. It was televised live, and his private life was, in great detail, was discussed, which included 15 documented conditions before he ever crashed with Gwyneth Paltrow. When he took the witness stand himself, he joked he would never be able to use a dating app again because of the infamy the litigation might bring him, and described that as the pain of trying to sue a celebrity. Why did he do it then? Ugh, I don't know. I mean, I hate celebrities, especially now, but like, I don't know, man. There's just a lot of people that are very like quick to sue, and he's probably greedy and wanted money. That's what I mean. Look, I hate celebrities, but especially because he had, I don't know. I didn't watch the trial. I don't know. Like maybe I'd think differently if I did, but I mean, I almost feel like he shouldn't have to pay her legal fee. I don't know. She's a celebrity, so. He demanded more than $3 million in damages from Paltrow. And then he changed it to $300,000, saying that she was skiing recklessly. I mean, when did he learn that that was Gwyneth Paltrow? That's what I want to know. This is ridiculous. I don't know. This is fucking stupid. Both these people, like, I'm just fucking stupid. Where? I don't know. Paltrow's legal team said he sent an email after the crash titled, "I'm famous." Yeah, he is 76. I mean, I just don't know I don't really care. He just wanted money, wanted fame. I mean, come on. Everybody's like that. She probably, like, couldn't she have just, like, paid, like, oh, that's annoying. Now I'm annoyed at her. Gwyneth Paltrow testified she felt violated in Utah ski crash and feared the crash might have been something perverted or a prank. What the fuck does that mean? What if he did it, like, on purpose? I mean, I don't know, but I was skiing and two skis came between my skis, forcing my legs apart, and there was a body pressing against me, and there was a strange grunting noise. Wait, how did that even happen then? I guess she was, like, widely spaced out, like, standing with them, like, widely apart, and he was narrow with his skis more narrow, and then he came. I don't really get that at all, but I guess it could happen, although that seems like he targeted. I don't know. Is this guy wealthy? Like, how is he on the same, just on some mountain resort? These take so long to resolve. I fucking hate this shit. I hate this shit. I just hate every lawsuit. I just hate it. Like, it's happened in 2016, and we're just now. Our bodies were almost spooning, and I moved away quickly. Why is she trying to act like she was Me Too'd? How can you Me Too someone while you're both skiing? I felt his cock. He's 76 years old, though, so how... I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm going through links now. She said it happened slowly with him running into her from behind. He skis in between hers, and then they fell, and she said to him, "You skied directly into my effing back." And he said, "Oh, sorry, I'm sorry." And that she was yelling at him. What? Ugh, I'm just sick of that. I'm violated all the time. I mean, yeah, that does sound weird, but I was violated. I was actually raped. His skis, like, literally Me Too'd my skis. I mean, yeah, I think it sounds like this guy found out later was Gwyneth Paltrow. I don't know, honestly. This sounds like he's a weirdo. I don't know. Oh, who was that? I mean, does he even know who she is? 76 years old? Like, what a dork. This almost sounds like Michael Peterson, that guy.
This is hard because I don't like going through this scene. I just remember everything was great, and then I heard something I've never heard at a ski resort, and that was a blood-curdling scream. Just
What?
I can't do it. It was, and then, boom. And it was like somebody was out of control and gonna hit a tree and was gonna die. And that's what I had until I was hit. You know, I got hit in my back so hard, and I'm right at my shoulder blades, and it felt like, and was perfectly centered, and the fists and the poles were right there at the bottom of my shoulder blades. Serious smack.
Well, he's saying she was behind him now.
Flying. I'm absolutely flying.
Now, you're not airborne.
Well, all I saw was a whole lot of
It's so vague.
and
Anybody could say anything if there's no, like, footage. That's what I don't like about any kind of case or accusation, because anybody could say anything happened. Nobody can see what happened. Like, I mean, at least with that Darryl Brooks case, you know, the guy that ran over a bunch of people, like, everybody saw what happened, you know? Everybody saw what happened. What's the deal with these lawsuits? This guy's lying. I don't know. I just don't. It's dumb. It's just stupid fucking. He's got to be like a narcissist asshole to be like wanting to sue a celebrity just to get. And now he looks like an idiot, you know? It's like, why do you want to go through that? I would have to be so sure that something happened. I wouldn't even, I don't know. I don't understand everybody wanting fame so bad now. Like, everybody constantly is taking pictures and posting them. Everybody takes video of themselves now. Like, everybody has their own PR brand of themselves now. I don't get it. I only post this podcast. I don't want people to know. I just don't want to add. I don't even like dating apps. You have to become a PR expert of yourself to live now. You have to be on dating apps. You have to. Now, it didn't used to be like that. When dating apps or websites back then. I mean, come on. It didn't used to be like this, kids. I mean, these kids have to be on these apps now? Used to be weird. I was a weird guy on these sites. Remember websites, people? Come on. I was on a couple dating websites. In the early aughts, maybe. 2010 something? 2009? And it was a website. I went on OkCupid. It was a website back then. And maybe it was also an app. I don't know. I didn't even have a smartphone for a while, guys. People. You don't even know what it's like to live without a smartphone. Come on, get your head out of your ass. But seriously, I do see so many people not ever looking around, and they're just always. I mean, I don't know. I guess on the train, you have to, like, what else are you going to do? But the thing that bugs me is, like, it's always young girls that are always fucking taking pictures of themselves. Like, they never, and it's like, who's this for? They, like, have an imaginary audience in their head that they're posting it to. It's like you're a little kid. You know when you played when you were a little kid and you thought you acted like you had a TV show or something? I don't know. Hello. Speaking of people living online and being narcissists like psychos, AOC is in the news, of course. I wonder if she like keeps track of like, oh, I haven't been in the news a couple days, and then she just like tweets out some crazy shit. Apparently the libs of TikTok, libs of TikTok, which is an account on Twitter and whatever, and they are known famously for being transphobic.
Fucking bigot. Transphobic. Bigot. And why are they a transphobic bigot? Well, I'll tell you why. They made themselves famous by just reposting TikTok videos that people uploaded and chose to upload and chose to put online. She, at first, didn't even really add commentary. Now I guess she might do that. Now she might write stuff. I don't know. I don't really keep track, but she confronted AOC because AOC literally lied about her. Well, you know what? I'll be fair and think maybe AOC does think that she didn't lie about her. But that doesn't mean that it's true. Just because AOC thinks it is true doesn't mean it's true.
So she said that libs of TikTok caused a bomb threat or something to this Boston Children's Hospital. For that her online posts spurred harassment, which is, this is why OC thinks it's true, because there's this term now called Stochastic terrorism or something, which just makes me think of Scholastic, the book company. That like saying that like something, like if you can encourage people to do something and you're a Stochastic terrorist, which could be anybody. It's just too very it's just very anti-free speech. I mean, it's unbelievable. But AOC during a congressional hearing said that libs of TikTok, this account that just reposts videos that people make that are all fucking crazy, all she does is put a light on craziness on TikTok. Now, I don't know why all these videos were on TikTok and not like Instagram. Like, why would that only have the crazy people? It's like, is that like that? I used to think they were fake, you know? Like, no one could be this crazy. Like, it can't be this bad out there. But you know it's real because they're so upset. So she said that her online activities spurred harassment as well
as a bomb threat against Boston Children's Hospital. All she did was Libs of TikTok tweeted last year about the hospital's gender-affirming care for trans individuals, and I guess the hospital was later threatened. The right-wing think tank, the Heritage Foundation, helped Libs of TikTok file an ethics complaint against
AOC, and AOC wasn't in our office earlier, but she filed paperwork. Nothing's gonna happen, by the way. AOC didn't recognize libs of TikTok, of course, and then she confronted AOC, and then she said she's transphobic. So the problem with the whole Boston Children's Hospital is they were gender affirming. I don't know if people know what that means. Gender affirming means if a kid just says anything, you're supposed to affirm, like you have to say, you have to give them a surgery. That's what that means. Like, look it up. I'm not lying. This isn't a fake right-wing thing. This is what it is. It shouldn't be a political issue. But they're making it like, oh, you're lying. You're lying. Well, look, if you're saying you're lying, it does sound like somebody made it up. It's too crazy to believe it. I agree. But all you have to do is fucking don't look up it only on, left-wing sources. You have to, look shit up on different things. You can't just trust PolitiFact, who I guess fact-checked Libs of TikTok's tweet. And all Libs of TikTok did was tweeted a video of a doctor at the hospital speaking about the gender-affirming hysterectomies, which is the removal of the uterus, cervix, and fallopian tubes of kids. Okay? Yeah, if an adult wants to do that, I guess go ahead, but I still think it's I think it's still pretty fucking extreme and really dumb. Like, yeah, if you want to do it, you're an adult. I don't know, people always say you're transphobic just because you're like, I don't know if you want to surgically alter yourself. Like, I get it. I mean, this shit is so new, too. It's like, it used to be like, oh, some people are gay, some people are lesbian, some people are bisexual. Now it's like, if you feel slightly off, you'll just get your shit chopped off. I mean, like, I felt slightly off when I was fucking until yesterday. I mean, you feel awkward when you're growing up, especially. And I was like socially very awkward, I was socially very inhibited or whatever. Now, I guess I still don't think, even if I was a kid now, and I still don't think I would wonder about if I'm not a guy or not. I guess it's still hard for me to understand, but I obviously can understand this. The fear is like kids having friends that encourage them, oh, maybe you're this, and they just give in to peer pressure. Like, remember how everybody used to talk about peer pressure? Like, hey, don't give in to peer pressure. Well, not with this. Nobody talks about this shit. Like, what? It's like you can't have peer pressure unless it's drugs or whatever. If you have a group of girls that are friends and some of them feel pressure and then they are like, maybe I'm a boy, and then they go through this, how is that hard to believe? Like, everybody's susceptible to that stuff, susceptible, I guess that's the word. Don't you hate when you're listening to a podcast and they say something totally like they say a word wrong, and they're like maybe they mean to say susceptible and they go susceptible, and they don't address it, and no one corrects them. You're like, what the fuck? That's happened before to me. Like, somebody will be like, oh, like I said before with WikiLinks. Everybody, like, that's multiple times. Multiple different people and multiple different podcasts say that. Okay, so I guess now they're saying, no, we follow guidelines by the World Professional Association for Transgender Health, which doesn't advise that children receive surgery. Look, I hope that's true, but that's basically all Libs at TikTok was doing, I think. Because Look, I think it's good that she tweeted out that video. I mean, people should know what they're in for. If they're going to go think about getting surgery, what's the problem of tweeting out a video of talking about it? Like, I don't get it. And I don't agree with the whole let me look that up, because I'm doing the thing I'm just complaining about. Now, this is a bullshit thing. This is just bullshit, okay? This is bullshit. Oh, and mainstream websites and publications are acting like this is a real thing that does happen. Ugh. Unbelievable. The Collins Dictionary has a definition for it, guys. So here, the definition isn't even approved yet. Stochastic terrorism. You are guilty, my friend, of
Stochastic terrorism. Yeah. There's a clip of AOC giving that definition on some show too. And here's what it means, guys. If you're wondering if you are a terrorist, the definition is the public criticism of a person or group resulting in a violent act against them.
So, by that definition, not to get edgy here, but that recent school shooting that happened just this week at the Christian school with the transgender person shooting and killing Christian kids. Maybe I should have sent, I don't know, who cares? Ending, so stupid. Completing Christian kids at the school. Well, wait, no, this wouldn't apply to her. This would be people who criticize Christian schools or Christian people are then stochastic terrorists. By this definition, they caused that gender person, because of their criticism of that person or group, Christian people, they made that gender person do that and complete them, shoot them all. They made that happen because they criticize Christian people. They are stochastic terrorists themselves. I know they don't want to think that, but if you're gonna throw this fucking term around, that means that anyone criticizing any group at all is a stochastic terrorist. Then, by this fucking bullshit, like crazy dystopian term. I mean, you got to be kidding me. I know it was made for like trans people. It wasn't made for everybody. It was obviously only made for the left people. But if you're gonna throw around that fucking word, that term, and act like people are a terrorist, because I know they're gonna say, "Oh, Dave Chappelle for having jokes about trans people, he's a stochastic terrorist." Because he could cause, and this is what they all do all the time, is they go, You're endangering lives of trans. Oh, I've talked about this before, I think. You're endangering lives of trans people by criticizing them, by doing jokes about them. So what if someone, goes crazy and offs some of those people? It's your fault. Well, if you're going to throw that around, everybody fits that definition then. I know they might have made it also for Trump because of January 6th, and he was... I don't know what, like, how'd they come up with that stochastic term? You're a scholastic terrorist and shit, yo. Yo, you a scholastic
terrorist. So that, just listen out and see if you can
hear that word, because AOC throws it around saying, and that's why she probably believes libs of TikTok did cause that bomb threat, and she calls her transphobic. Which I have to play this clip because it's so funny. Now look, at least AOC didn't leave right away. She said like one word to her. That's more than I expected, even. Because, the libs of TikTok did ambush her, although she didn't know AOC would even be there. He ran into her, and AOC assumed she was like a fan because she's like a younger woman, I guess. And then she's like, "Oh, I'm libs of TikTok, whatever." And then AOC just like shuts her. I mean, on the left, they think that AOC won this exchange, but like what really happened is AOC got upset and left and just called her transphobic. That's what happened. Just the way she does it is funny.
I am here outside today, 1 week.
Here we go. Oh, she went to AOC office here.
She kind of cowered away, wasn't interested in talking to me. So, together with Mike and if you can dropped off an ethics complaint at AOC's office, and unfortunately she wasn't there. Walking through the Capitol, and guess who I bumped into?
Here we go, guys. Look, she's smiling. She's so fake.
Oh,
Oh God, I hate it. I just hate the demeanor so much. I could agree with it. Like, even if I agreed with someone acting like AOC just acted, I would hate how they've handled that. Just the way there's no other way to say it, cunty way. Of like,
You're actually super transphobic, and I never want to share a space with you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're actually super.
why? Like, how is that? Like, how are you looking up to her, talking like a fucking teen girl? Like, that's a grown woman in Congress, you know? I don't care who it was. If somebody on any side of the aisle, there's a clip, acted like that and talk like that, I'd be like, what the fuck? Stop, don't talk. I don't like when people act like little teenagers, like, and you're a grown adult in Congress. Like, I understand, like, I would have more respect if she just said, fuck you, and left. Like, just the fucking, that's how she is. You can tell that's how she is in normal life, too.
Actually, you're super transphobic. Like, Emily told me the other day, you were really transphobic. So like, Chad probably isn't gonna go to the prom with you anymore because like, actually, you're like actually, I'm literally like, I literally think you're actually literally trans fucking phobic. Okay, bitch. Thank you.
Yeah, like, that podcast I talked about, Disaffected, like, he was playing these, he was making fun of, like, well, he used to live in Burlington, Vermont, which I guess is like fucking woke city. And he played footage of a trial there, or no, like a city council meeting, and all the liberal people left, radical left people. They all said thank you the same way, and they all went,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, like, thank you.
THENK. That's how they said it.
Thank you. Oh my god, thank you.
So that's how she talks. She's a grown woman in Congress, guys, in case you were wondering. I mean, yeah, Libs of TikTok is a troll, kind of, but all she really does is post videos other people post. She was trying to be like, she was trying to get a funny trolling, well, not a troll, what is it? Catch her off guard. She was trying to catch AFC, well, let's see. Let me try to devil's advocate, so she has a camera. She knows she's trying to use this. She's trying to get this on video for internet, like, attention, I guess. And once AOC figures that out, at first she thinks she's just trying to get a picture with AOC, and then she finds out it's Libs of TikTok, and then she's like, actually, you're super, like, she realizes that, clicks in her head, and she probably thinks in her head, like, how shameful that she had that on video and she wanted to get me. Well, that's what you do every day of life. Like, that's all she does is, I mean, I have to be honest, like, I think she's like a sociopath. I think she's like an evil person, AOC. Like, I haven't seen anything like authentic. Like, I don't even think I don't know if she has a real personality even. Like, I think everything she does is calculated. Like, even her, like, down to her taste in food, I would be suspicious about. I'd be like, all right, like, we're not on, like, what I would be like is like, say you're her, like, husband or whatever, she's fiance. I don't know if she's married or not, but I know she has this ginger boyfriend or whatever who, I don't know, man. Look, I don't know what she's like off. Well, she's always on camera, basically, because she's always playing up whatever. She's never authentic, ever. And I know Hillary, and I know every politician is like this. But I think she's really outwardly, like, really bad with it. Like, she's really obvious. Like, I know Hillary Clinton is really bad at faking. I think that's why she had so much trouble. Like, people just try to like her. Like, I think even the left tried to like Hillary. Like, even the people that like Hillary, they probably only voted for her because it wasn't Trump. I mean, yeah, I have seen some women do say they like Hillary. I will admit that. Like, but I think it's mostly for other reasons. I don't think it's, oh, I love her personality. Who genuinely likes, I mean, she just doesn't come off authentic at all. But AOC is very hysterical with it, like, where it's, like, scary, like, you know. Like, if you broke up with her, she'd, like, kill your dog or something type of thing. Oh, I guess some people would say that's like, oh, she's a Latina. That's why. She's intense. I mean, well, I think that's not what it might, I don't know. I don't think that's it. I think she's a psycho, but that might explain some mannerisms, but I don't think that. Anyway, like, I just wonder, like, if you're that guy, right? When do you ever get an authentic moment with her? Like, okay, let's say there's a moment she's not thinking about social media. Is there a moment like that? I mean, is there a moment in her day where she's not calculating? I mean, and I could say the same about Hillary Clinton or somebody. Or any mainstream Republican, I guess. Maybe they're all like this, but I just feel like AOC's way more over the top with it. Where I think other politicians would turn it off after they left the Congress, where AOC every moment is like, like, oh, I'm gonna, like, even her, like, videos where she, I think, cooked in some video, I feel like all the food choices were calculated. Like, I'm gonna do this because this is, like, whatever. Like, I just don't think there's an authentic anything. But that's an issue with a lot of people in public office, in public eye, celebrities too. But the fact that AOC seems like she would use anything to get some kind of clout or some kind of anything. Like, I don't think if, all her colleagues in Congress should never trust her. Like, she is the scariest one. Like she would turn on her best friend probably. She would fucking turn her mom. If she was in the, if we had the Cultural Revolution, which we kind of are in it again, but like, how the China had the Mao Cultural Revolution and all the young people were in like these spying. They all turned each other in. That's kind of what AOC would do that without a question. I think she would do that to anybody. Like, the amount that she's able to just fake and turn on and off, like, accuse someone of this and then, like, use it. No, just no genuine emotion at all. I don't know. But, so I just, you never know if AOC really believes something or not. But maybe she does. If she really thinks that's a real thing, the Stochastic terrorism, just because you criticize someone, it's going to lead to violence against a group, like, then no one ever express opinion ever then. I mean, that is thought crime. That's ridiculous. So if she believes that, I mean, okay, but you have to believe it about Christian people then. You have to believe it about everybody. Oh, it only applies to this group. I don't know. People are going to find this shit out eventually. I mean, people don't believe, if people don't believe that that's happening with kids and being trans and getting surgery, I mean, it's happening, period. I mean, it's just, yeah, but I mean, a lot of young girls I see always Instagramming pictures, like, instead of being like, hey, get a picture of me for, I don't know, just to have, it's always for PR, their own PR firm. There's no reason to always have to post pictures all the time. I get that you're young and maybe that's why, but like, who is that for? Like, what audience is is happening that like, oh, I better get this picture of myself and like, I guess it's to put on a show to have people say, wow, look how, I mean, I don't get it, I guess. You young people out there, you just don't know what's. Quit it. Get out of the virtual world and get into the real world, guys. You don't have to be a fucking influencer. Everyone's an influencer now. They either are or they're an aspiring influencer. I mean, everybody. Every young person under 30 is a wannabe influencer. So yeah. So check that out, guys. Check that out, guys. April Fool's Day, guys. Prank your kids. Punch them in the face. Prank your wife. Get divorce papers, but they're fake. Prank your family. Prank everybody, dude. Hey guys, share and subscribe to the podcast, but also share and subscribe. Like and subscribe and share some prank ideas, guys. What are your favorite prank ideas to do to your wife and kids? Like how? Here's I'm gonna share some prank ideas for you guys. Let's see. What are some fun prank ideas for the holidays? For April Fool's Day. Hey, I got an idea. It's Easter coming up. Here's a good prank for your kids. Okay, you get the basket with the fake grass in it. And you put chocolate eggs in there. Or maybe you have the plastic eggs with like the chocolate inside, But have some of the eggs with real poo-poo in there. Like go in, like next time you take a shit, scoop some of it out and put it in some of the eggs. So like some of your kids, or you can have an Easter egg hunt where some of your kids are getting unlucky because some of the eggs have a little surprise in them. No, that's not Easter Bunny pellets. That's real shit from Dad. So, it's gonna, and do it to the kid you like the least too. Like, make sure you find a kid that you like. It's always good to have a favorite kid and a least liked kid, and to let them know too. Like, rub it in that you're the bad kid. They're the kid I don't like, and then the other kid you pick a favorite, and you always give them the good stuff. And like so you just have like shit eggs. Where you just poo-poo in some of the Easter eggs, or you have the fake grass, and your kids wake up on Easter morning and they're like, "What's that smell, Dad? Ugh, why does it smell like that?" Oh, the Easter Bunny, he ate something bad. The Easter Bunny had a sour stomach. Easter Bunny had a little
Sour stomach, guys.
I'm sorry, kids. I'm sorry, sour stomach. Keep it in.
Some of the baskets
might have a little Easter accident, but there's also real chocolate too. Some of the chocolate is it's natural chocolate, if you know what I mean. It's not But I'm sorry, I couldn't find a bathroom. It's hard to like run a house to house, and not a lot of people have bathrooms close by. Like, I don't know where they are. I mean, I'm just going to everybody's house and shit. You can't expect me to know where the bathroom is and shit. Sometimes I just come in, I'm stoned and shit. And I just take a shit in a basket, and I'm like, pretend these are Easter eggs or something. Sorry. I mean, look, it's a hard job, okay? I just can't really handle, like, Mexican food, and I just, what can I tell you? That and sushi, like, I had a bunch of Mexican, I had bad sushi, so, like, I mean, I'm sorry, but some of the baskets are gonna be a little, pungent, if you know what I mean. But hey, that'll make you appreciate the good baskets. Like, you good kids that are the favorite. The parents tell me who the favorite is in the family, and then I just take a shit in the other baskets, like who the bad kid is, you know. It's kind of like coal, except a lot worse because it's shit, you know. So like, but hey, I mean, the parents agree to this every year. Like they send me a list of who's the better kid, and then, you know, so that's what happens. That's what I mean. Life is tough. Sometimes you gotta learn someday. I mean, that's kind of the lesson. Like, there's a lesson with this. It's not just me doing that for a prank. It's also a lesson that, like, sometimes life gives you lemons, and sometimes it gives you shit in an Easter egg. So, you know, it looks like chocolate sometimes. So I mean, you know, there's that. Sometimes it's better to just have. Sometimes I'll just do it in the Easter egg hunt, because that's usually outside, so, like, having this shit out there is better than in the Easter basket indoors, because that can linger and, like, ruin the Easter basket. And who's gonna want to eat the real chocolate and the candy when, like, there's, like, Easter real rabbit, you know, leavings in the basket? So, like, you know, all I gotta say is it puts the lotion in the basket. Anyway, happy Easter coming up, guys. Happy Easter and April Fool's.
Fucking Easter Fools. I got a shit in the basket. I got a shit in the basket.